Hi everyone, good evening and welcome to the YouTube channel of Pratham Test Prep. Myself Juhi Sharma and here we are with yet another current affairs session which covers the news from the 11th of May to the 15th of May. Right, so yes, welcome to Pratham Test Prep. If you are new over here, let me tell you, my name is Juhi Sharma, and we do current affairs sessions on every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7 p.m. Right. So if you want to cover the current affairs of um, any last 2 days, so you can check Pratham Test Prep's YouTube channel, and there itself you can get the top important news which had happened in these particular days, right? So in this particular session, I'll be covering the current affairs from the 11th of May to the 15th of May. So without wasting too much of time, let's quickly see the very first news of the day. The very first news is India elected as the chair of Association for Asian Election Authorities for the year 2022 and to 2024. Yes, so India has been elected unanimously as the new chairman or as the new chair of the Association of Asian Election Authorities, which is known as AAEA. Now, what is the full form of AAEA? It is the Association of Asian Election Authorities. Now, India has been elected as the new chair or the new chairman of this AAEA. Now, what is the duration of India? The duration of India is from 2022 to 2024. So for these 2 years, this particular post will be held by India. Right now, if they ask you that the Commission of Elections, who is the current chair of AAEA, the Manila was the current chair of AAEA, but now the new member of executive board, it includes other countries such as Russia, Uzbekistan, Sri Lanka, Maldives, Philippines, and Taiwan. And India, right, the Election Commission of India, 3-member delegation, which was headed by the Deputy Election Commissioner, whose name was Nitesh Vyas, along with Rajesh Agarwalji, who's the CEO of Manipur, and CEO of Rajasthan, Praveen Gupta ji. They attended the executive board meeting, which was taking place at Manila in Philippines. Now, very, very important news, very important thing, that India has now been elected unanimously as what? As the new chair for Association of Asian Election Authorities for the year 2022 to 2024. Right now, you need to know that in which year this Association of Asian Election Authorities was established. So this was established in the year 1998. It was established in the year 1998. Addison, ma'am, will these news be tested in IPM? Addison, in IPM, if I have to tell you about the written exam, so there is no section of general awareness or current affairs in the written exam of IPM. However, they will ask you current affairs questions, general awareness questions in the GDPI round. So you need to be very prepared for that, because such news are very important for the personal interview round. And I'm sure that after clearing the entrances, you don't want to embarrass yourself, right, by not getting selected into the interview round. So yes, these sessions are really important for all the entrances in which interview is a part of, right? Now, moving on to the second important news, we have Dev Sahayam Pillai became the first Indian layman to be declared saint by Pope. Right now, Dev Sahayam Pillai, right, he is the first Indian layman who was declared as a saint by Pope. Right now, this particular person, Dev Sahayam Pillai, he embraced Christianity in the 18th century, and he became the first Indian layman who has been declared as what? As saint by Pope Francis. Pope Francis declared him as what? As saint, right? So there was this impressive canonization ceremony which was taking place at Vatican. There, Dev Sahayam Pillai, he has been declared as first Indian layman to be declared as Pope. And who declared this particular thing? This was declared by Pope Francis, right? Now, he particularly this particular ceremony, it was taking place as Vatican, and Dev Sahayam ji, he was recommended for the process of beatification by the Vatican in 2004 at the request of Porter Decoys, Tamil Nadu's Bishop Council, and the Conference of Catholic Bishops of India. But now he has become the first Indian layman to be declared as saint. And who declared him? It was declared by Pope Francis. And what's the name of a person? The name of the person is Deva Sahayam Pillai. So the question will directly come that which is the, or who is the first Indian who has been declared as saint by Pope Francis, or the first Indian layman to be declared as saint by Pope Francis? The right answer is Deva Sahayam Pillai. So this is the right answer for all of you, and this is the news that is important for your entrance examination. Moving further to the next important news, we have India's first ever Amritsar Rover inaugurated in Uttar Pradesh. Now, India's first ever Amritsar Rover, very important state affair, very important national affair. This is the first Amritsar Rover of India, which was inaugurated in Uttar Pradesh. Now, who inaugurated it and where in Uttar Pradesh specifically? So this was inaugurated in Rampur district of Uttar Pradesh, in Rampur, right? Addison, yes, you can take a note of it, right? You can listen to these and you can take a note of it later also, okay? So in Rampur, which is in Uttar Pradesh, India's first ever Amritsar Rover, right? It was inaugurated. Now, this Amritsar Rover, as the name suggests, it is a sarovar, which means a pond. Okay, so this pond is will be used as an attraction for people for the city, and apart from that, this pond will help in protecting the environment, in conserving the water, right? And you know what? Who inaugurated this Amritsar Rover in Rampur, Uttar Pradesh? This was inaugurated by the Union Minister of Minority Affairs, whose name is Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi, right? Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi ji, who is a Union Minister for Minority Affairs, inaugurated this particular Amritsar Rover. Now, what is sarovar? Sarovar means pond, right? It is pond, okay? Now, apart from it there being a pond, there is a food court, there are fountains, there are boats, there are a lot of illuminations over there, so that it attracts a lot of people, okay? And what the state government is planning, the Uttar Pradesh state government is planning that 75 such ponds to be constructed in every district of Uttar Pradesh. So, like I just said, that India's first ever Amritsar Rover was inaugurated in the district of Rampur, which is in Uttar Pradesh. So, the state government, they are planning to launch or to construct 75 such ponds, which will be having a food court, fountains, boats, illuminations, right? And basically it will work towards protecting the environment and conserving water, right? And this is what? This will help people, right? The nearby places, the people, and this is something which will be a great attraction for the people too in the city, okay? Now, what is this cost for building this Amritsar Rover? 60 lakh rupees it was costed to build this Amritsar Rover, right? And as I told you, government is planning to develop 75 such ponds. Now, we know who is the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh. If they ask you the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, it is Yogi Adityanath ji, right? It is Yogi ji. And if they ask you who's the governor of Uttar Pradesh, the right answer is Anandiben Patel. Okay, now moving further to the next news, we have Vietnam opened world's longest glass-bottomed bridge. Now, world ka longest glass bottom bridge, a bridge which is made, the floor of the bridge is made up of glass, has been opened up in Vietnam. What is it? Is a pedestrian bridge, and what is the name of the bridge? It is Vietnam's longest, right? So it is world's longest glass bottom bridge, and this bridge is known as Vietnam's Bash Long Pedestrian Bridge, right? It is Vietnam's Bash Long Pedestrian Bridge. Now, very importantly, that what is the length of the bridge. So this particular bridge is 632 meters long, and it is 150 meters above a huge jungle. So basically, when you look through the glass, there is jungle and jungle all over, right? So it has glass bottom, and this Asian country, Vietnam, has opened a glass bottom bridge, which is a pedestrian bridge, right? So let's say here it is complete jungle, complete forest, and this is the bridge, a pedestrian bridge, glass bottom pedestrian bridge, right? And what is the main name of it? It is named as Bachelor, which means what? This means white dragon in Vietnam, right? So it is in Vietnamese language, it is white dragon. It is so huge. Okay, now it is a glass bottom bridge which is suspended above what? Above a jungle, right? So this Bash Long pedestrian bridge, which happens to be the world's longest glass bottom bridge, means white dragon in Vietnamese, right? Now, a huge forest, huge rainforest is there. The floor of the bridge is made up of tempered glass, and the capacity of bridge, the bridge can actually support up to 450 people at a time. See how strong the bridge is, that it can support up to 450 people at a time. Now, very important thing that this particular bridge, it was inaugurated on the 47th anniversary of the end of Vietnamese war, right? So this was coincident. This wasn't supposed to happen or mention that particular thing, but it coincidentally was inaugurated on the 47th anniversary of the end of Vietnamese war, and it is said that the structure of bridge is such that it is about 3/4 the height of Burj Khalifa Tower, and it is also said to be the longest bridge in the world. So that is all about it, that the world's longest glass bottom bridge has been opened up in Vietnam. The name of the bridge is Vietnam's Bash Long Pedestrian Bridge. Bash Long means white dragon in Vietnamese. Okay, now moving further to the next important news, we have South Korea became the first Asian country to join NATO Cyber Defense Group. Now, what is NATO? The full form of NATO is North Atlantic Treaty Organization, right? The full form of NATO is North Atlantic Treaty Organization. And now South Korea has become the first Asian country to join this North Atlantic Treaty Organization's Cyber Defense Group, right? Cyber Defense Center of Excellence, and this was announced by National Intelligence Service. So the first Asian country to join NATO Cyber Defense Group is South Korea. Okay, now NATO this cyber defense group, this cyber defense center of excellence, CCDCOE, it has 32 countries, 32 official members, which includes the 27 NATO member countries and 5 non-NATO states as the contributing partners, right? So NATO CCDCOE, which is a cyber defense group, total it has 32 countries, in which 27 are the NATO member nations and the 5 are non-NATO member nations, right? Now, we all know that this NATO, right, is also called as the North Atlantic Alliance, which is basically what? It is the intergovernmental military alliance between 30 member states and 28 European states. And we know where are the headquarters of NATO? The headquarters of NATO are in Brussels, Belgium. Okay. And which country became the first Asian country to join NATO Cyber Defense Group? It is South Korea. Right, now moving further to the next news, we have Rajivkumar appointed as the new Chief Election Commissioner. Now we know that recently Sushil Chandra's term has been completed. Sushil Chandra has been retired as the Chief Election Commissioner of India, and now we have Rajiv Kumar, who has been appointed as the new Chief Election Commissioner of India, right? Rajiv Kumar is the new Chief Election Commissioner of India, and he will take over from May 2022. Okay. Now, Rajiv Kumar has succeeded whom? So he has succeeded Sushil Chandra. So before Rajiv Kumar, Sushil Chandra was the Chief Election Commissioner. We know that the Election Commission of India has one Chief Election Commissioner and two election commissioners. Now, before Rajiv Kumar, since he has been appointed now, before him, hi Akanksha, I am good. Thank you so much, beta. I hope you're good too. Right. I hope your boards are going well. Now, so before Rajiv Kumar, it was Sushil Chandra. So always make sure that whatever you are studying in the current affairs, you need to know the recent updates. Now, you all must be wondering if this Rajiv Kumar is somebody who's related to Niti Aayog. So the answer is no. This Rajiv Kumar is not someone who's related to Niti Aayog. He's another person. Now, who announced this announcement? So this was announced by the Union Ministry of Law and Justice. Okay. So very simple, very basic question. Who has been elected as the new Chief Election Commissioner of India? It is Rajiv Kumar. Succeeded whom? He succeeded Sushil Chandra. Now, if you want to know further more things about the Election Commission of India, so here on Pratham Test Prep's YouTube channel, we have a whole video about the Election Commission of India, and it will clear all your doubts about the Election Commission, right? It consists of all the static facts about the Election Commission of India. It will give you a lot of clarity. Now, again, one more thing, there we have mentioned that Chief Election Commissioner is Sushil Chandra, but right now it has been changed. Sushil Chandra was retired, and now the new Chief Election Commissioner is Rajiv Kumar. Okay. Now, moving further, we have Tata Group appointed Campbell Wilson as the MD and CEO of Air India. Now, Tata Sons, it has appointed whom? Campbell Wilson as the new MD and CEO of Air India. Now, Air India, we have the new CEO and Managing Director of Air India. And who is he? He is Campbell Wilson. Campbell Wilson has been appointed. He was associated with this aviation industry, right, from the past 26 years, and now he has been actually, appointed as a new MD and CEO of Air India. Now, you must be wondering that Air India, that Tata Group, they have a few months back, or couple of weeks back, they have appointed a person named as Elkar Aiki, right? Elkar Aiki has been appointed, but yes, Tata Groups, they have appointed, or they have, gone to Elkar Aiki, who is the chairman of Turkish Airlines, to take up the position, but he couldn't. So they now have appointed Campbell Wilson as the new MD and CEO of India. So Wilson is the Tata Group's second attempt at hiring CEO MD of Air India, because earlier they have the CEO designate was former Turkish Airlines chairman Elkar Aiki, but he declined to take the position. Now they have appointed Campbell Wilson. Right, so Campbell Wilson, the new MD and CEO of Air India. Now, such news are very, very important, because if you know that there were a lot of conjectures about who's going to be the new MD, who's going to be the new CEO of Air India. Air India was in a lot of news, so such news, they itself become important, right? Now, moving further to the next news, we have DeepikaPadukone became the first Indian brand ambassador of Louis Vuitton. Now, we know that Louis Vuitton is a French luxury fashion brand, okay? Despite of a lot of, we see a lot of celebrities, we see a lot of people carrying Louis Vuitton bags and clothes and whatnot, their belts and all. We didn't had any Indian ambassador of Louis Vuitton, and now we have the first ever Indian brand ambassador of French luxury fashion brand, which is known as Louis Vuitton. And who is the first ever Indian brand ambassador of Louis Vuitton? It is none other than DeepikaPadukone, right? So Deepika, she also became the Vogue magazine cover star for May 2022. And now, recently, when Louis Vuitton, they were unveiling their handbag campaign, there they unveiled Deepika as what? As the new or the first Indian brand ambassador of the brand Louis Vuitton. Okay. Now, apart from Padukone, there were actors like Emma Stone, Zo Jonggu, right? There were these were there for the promotional shots too. But now Deepika Padukone, Miss Padukone became the first Indian actor to feature in the brand's campaign in 2020 when she posed for the mock book cover, right, in which there were stars like Lee Sirex and Sophie Turner. But now she has been announced as what? She has been announced as the first ever Indian brand ambassador of Louis Vuitton too. Now, recently, when we know that there was this news which we had covered in, I think, a few sessions back, that now Deepika Padukone is even a part of the Cannes Film Festival jury, right? So, Deepika Padukone, he was recently announced as a part of 9-member jury, right, of the Cannes Film Festival. Also, she is one of Forbes India Celebrity 100 list. Deepika Padukone, she has earned a lot of things. Now these all things are there, which are there in Deepika's basket. The first ever Indian brand ambassador of Louis Vuitton. Secondly, that she was recently announced as a member of Cannes Film Festival, one of the jury members of the Cannes Film Festival, right? And you need to know who is the chairman and CEO of the Louis Vuitton Group or LVMH Group. It is Bernard Arnault. Bernard Arnault is the chairman and CEO of the Louis Vuitton Group. So, two takeaways from this particular news. Number one, that which Indian actress has been appointed as in the jury of 2022 Cannes Film Festival? It is Deepika Padukone. Number two takeaway is that who has been appointed as the first ever Indian brand ambassador of Louis Vuitton? It is Deepika Padukone, right? Moving further to the next news, we have Reliance top ranked Indian firm on Forbes Global 2000 list. Now, according to Forbes Global 2000 list, Reliance Industries has climbed 2 spots to number 53. Reliance Industries is number 53 in worldwide companies, right? Worldwide companies, Reliance is at number 53, right? But when it comes to the Indian companies, Reliance is at the top, which is followed by the State Bank of India at rank 105, HDFC Bank at 153, and ICICI Bank at 204. There are 10 Indian firms which are included in this particular list, in this Forbes Global 2000 list. So we have ONGC, right, which is the Oil and Natural Gas Corporation at 228 rank. We have HDFC at 268. We have IOC, that is Indian Oil Corporation, at 357. We have TCS, that is Tata Consultancy Services, at 384. We have Tata Steel at 407, and then we have Axis Bank at 431. Now, these are the companies which are there in the Forbes latest Global 2000 list of public companies worldwide. Top rank scored by Reliance Industries, followed by State Bank of India, right? And yes, you may remember the number. So there were 10 Indian firms which are there in this particular list. Now you might be wondering that what is this Forbes Global, that what are the parameters in which this Forbes Global rank the companies. So there are 4 metrics, there are 4 parameters basically. Those are sales, profits, assets, and market value. So all the companies are measured under these 4 parameters, that is sales, profit, assets, and market value, and then they are given the particular ranks. And moving further to the last news of the day, we have Lionel Messi. Messi topped Forbes' highest paid athletes in the year 2022. Now, if they ask you that who is the highest paid athlete of the year 2022, it has to be Messi. So Messi has topped the list of Forbes' highest paid athletes in the year 2022. Now, no entrance would ask you the income, right? Because it keeps on fluctuating. They will ask you that who is the highest paid athlete. It is Messi, followed by LeBron James, who is the basketball player, right? And on third position, we have Cristiano Ronaldo, CR7. He's at rank 3, right? Now, this is the second time that Messi has topped the Forbes list, okay? And yeah, 3 of the world's 4 highest paid athletes are soccer players, according to the Forbes 2022 list, because we see that we have Ronaldo, we have Messi, these are soccer players, okay? Now, with this, we have covered all the important news which were there, which had happened in during the 11th of May to the 15th of May. If you like this video, please hit that like button. It basically motivates us to come up live every alternate day, to go live for you, to prepare videos for you, to prepare PDFs for you, PPTs for you, so that you actually can, can get each and everything on just one platform. So thank you so much, guys, for staying tuned. Keep shining, keep rising. All the very best for your boards. I know your boards are going on. All the very best for it, right? And if you aren't able to watch the live YouTube sessions, it's completely fine. You can watch it at some point later, but make sure you're watching it because these are really, really important from an entrances point of view. So yes, I shall be seeing you super soon in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Stay safe, guys, and all the very best for your boards and entrances too. Bye, guys.